So here I'm using 2x6 pine, and it's knotty pine. You can use clear pine, but I'm using knotty pine, and I'm marking it out 5 inches. Sorry, not 5 inches. I'm marking it out 4 inches on one end. The other end I'm marking it at 2. Now when I cut these backrests, I basically need to cut the length of it, the exact. Then I mark the one side, then the other side. I'm measuring up. From the floor up, I'm going 14 inches, and then I'm adding another 4 inches. So I'm marking it at 14, marking another at 4 inches. Then I'm going to take my square and draw a line across. I'm going to measure 3 1/4 inches in and draw a line across. I take a ruler, and where I marked at the 2 inches, I'm going to draw a line from that point to the very end of that 4 inches at the mark at the very back there. This chair is sitting at 41 inches in height. And then I'm going to take the other point to the 3 1/4 inches and draw that line. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. That 4 inches, when you're measuring from the bottom up, 14 inches, and then you're adding another 4 inches, that's the seat height. So this chair is sitting at 18 inches when you're sitting down. I basically cut that out on the with a jigsaw. You can use a table saw, or you can use a bandsaw, whatever you prefer. I sanded it down to the line, and then I'm taking another piece, and I got to make a bunch of these, so I took another piece, did the same thing, traced it out. I cut on the outside of the line, 2-way tape, and then I will apply that first leg that I sanded down on top there. I'll put some pressure on it so I get a good bond. I'm using my router table to cut it out. Basically, you're going to get the exact same, a replica of the first one that you did. And I'll do this to all the pieces of the backrest. Now I'm cutting the rails for the chair, and these I'm going to cut at 3 inches wide. And I'm just going to use 1x6 pine as well, and just run them through the table saw. The chair is 16 inches wide. Now for the backrest, I'm going to cut these bigger than 16 inches wide. I'm going to do my glue up. And this is just a little profile at the top of the backrest. And I'm just going to join in with dominoes. So this is top and bottom piece. Sorry, this is top piece only. I'm going to run 2 dominoes per piece. I like to glue my biscuit joints in, or my dominoes in. And I will throw it in the clamp, and I'll just leave it in there overnight. Sand everything down the next day. Cut my width and then cut my design into it. I will wipe down any squeeze out glue that I get. Makes it a lot easier on the sanding. Now I screwed these two pieces together. Like I said in the beginning there, I would sand one down, make sure it's all good to go. Instead of two-way taping this together because it's so thick and big, I ended up just screwing those two pieces together and then running it through the router. And because it's being stained and painted, I got no problems patching the holes, and they'll cover up easily. Now these pieces are for the center of the backrest, and I'm going to join it with dominoes as well. Now I'm going to do this glue up first, glue it up overnight, and then I will glue it to the backrest of the legs of the chair. You can do it all at once, but I prefer to do it this way better. And I'll just leave it clamped in until the next day. I find it, for me, it's easier to doing it this way than the other way. Now I'm cutting the dominoes on the legs, and I took my time to measure everything out that it needs to be. Then I'll glue my center pieces in. Applying a little bit of glue on the joints. And I'm going to run 2 clamps to hold it in place. And again, I'm just going to run it in the clamps, and I'll leave it there till the next day. Then once it comes out of the clamps, I will sand everything down and sand the edges as well. These are the front legs, and I'm just using pocket hole screws. You can use dominoes, but you never see them because it's underneath the chair, so it doesn't matter. It's just as strong. I'm just going to pocket hole screw all the rails all the way around. Now I'm lining this up to that 4-inch mark that I was telling you about earlier. That's the seat height. I don't like to use glue on these parts because if you ever have to do a repair later on down the road, you don't have to worry about breaking the piece off. You can just do it, and it's very easy to do your repairs. Now I'm screwing in the last piece on the back. Now I did apply my braces in the corners, as you can see on the inside of the chair there. And now I'm ready for stain, and I'm using a provincial stain. I'm not wiping it off, I'm just brushing it on. I'm not letting it dry because I am going to paint a white over top that brown and blend the two colors in together. Now I'm doing this to match the table that I made, and if you haven't seen that video, it will be in the bottom left corner. I'm only applying one coat, and here's the white that I'm using. And this isn't a paint, it's a primer that I'm brushing on the color, and I'm blending it in together. And this is going to dry overnight. Now for the seat, I just used some 1x8, and I'm clamping 3 of them together, and I'm just putting those boards on each side, and that's just so it doesn't buckle during glue up. And again, I'll let that sit overnight as well. Once it comes out of the clamps, I will sand it, cut the size, and stain it with the provincial color. And the seat is not getting any white paint or anything on there as well, just straight stain. I'm applying my sand and sealer, and then 3 coats of clear coat, and I'm overlapping it, half overlap as I'm spraying to get a good coverage. And I'm applying a coat every 15 minutes, and I am sanding in between coats. I'm just using pocket hole screws to screw down the seat. I'm putting 2 screws per side. This project is finally complete. It did take some time. I'm juggling between other projects, trying to keep the customers happy. But it did take some time, I will admit, but these are complete. It's for the dining room table or / kitchen table that I made previously with the bench. If you haven't seen that video, it's in the description below. And that pretty much wraps it up for this project. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.